Hi everybody, Old Buck Dave back again with episode 189, Two Old Bucks. And with me is none other than
Old Buckdale.
Buck Dale. How you doing, buddy?
Hanging in there. A little tired, but I'm
A
doing
little
okay.
tired? Okay. So what's going on in your world here?
Oh, well, I told you we took a trip to Orlando. I mean, I think it's a pretty familiar word. Everybody knows Orlando, Florida. Think of those,
Orlando.
yeah, they think of those theme parks. But I got to tell you,
You went to
that is,
Orlando and you didn't go to Disney World, right?
I mean, that's what they think. I mean, people around the world, anybody that wouldn't didn't live here or something, perhaps wouldn't they would know because of those theme parks. But Orlando is one giantly big metropolis. I am always amazed when I go to Orlando how much more I never saw before.
Yeah,
Do you
it
know
just
what I
go,
mean? It's just
it does go on and on,
it
doesn't it?
just covers a massive area of yeah, it's a massive area of traffic. And yours truly took the main highway, which anybody in the world listening to this, if you've never been on I-4, you just don't know
You're lucky.
you don't know how many cars there are in America unless you're on the
Oh
I-4.
yeah, that's yeah, every
So
time I'm on 75 and you come to the I-4 intersection, it's like,
yeah,
all right, we're going to wait here a while
so
because there's so many cars. Anyway, yeah.
a lot of activity. Oftentimes they, even if you're familiar with the interchange or something, they've changed it. You know what I mean?
Well, it is an
They've done
interchange.
something to it to yeah, they're rebuilding. Well, they're rebuilding it something, or there's always construction around. So um, anyhow, we managed to crawl our way up there slowly and stopped in a place that we were familiar with. The interesting I find about it is how do you supply an operation like that? That's basically 24/7.
Are
You
we
know what
talking
I
about
mean?
Disney now, or what
Like
are we?
when did no, I'm talking about the whole what isn't the theme parks, but just the people that live around there. I mean, how do you supply all that? How do the where do the trucks bring all the food to all those restaurants and you know when I didn't see a lot of gas trucks, but there's hundreds and hundreds of gas stations. So there must be a whole life going on after midnight in order to do that. You know, you can't run them big trucks around so much
Hmm.
with all that traffic out there.
Hmm.
So it just really boggled my mind of just how big that place is. And it was been maybe 2 years or something since I've been up there for even a quick day trip. And the number of buildings and the size of those buildings, it's all changed. I mean,
Hmm.
I just, I live in I live in a small little world
Yeah.
where I can walk to my Publix. It is like, oh my soul.
So what was the
So
mothership up there in Orlando? Did you have to go check in with the mothership, or what was going on here?
no, well, we did go up and check in with some folks
Okay.
we knew overseas. So on these trips, we've all stayed in various types of hotels, right? I mean, we run the gamut
Hmm.
of whatever reason, logic. You pick one by mistake. You pick one, even if you get the inside view, you might have it might be something that doesn't in real life is not the same. But so on this particular trip, we were in an old favorite hotel, painted and well appointed, and I'm always impressed with the fixtures. You know what, like the hall fixtures, the bathroom fixtures, how they design that stuff. Maybe it looks like something would only fit in there. You know
Okay.
what I mean, Dave?
Uh,
So you have a place with 500 rooms and they all have to have a star-shaped, bathroom sink or something. You're thinking, I never see that stuff. I never could choose that myself as an option for a home. I even started looking into the suppliers of those things. But also on this trip, we got into a very relatively new hotel, uh, and that was even more fascinating. The hallway lights and the various fixtures like lighting or bathroom fixtures. I I would love I would love to shop one time in a store where you had nothing but hotel fixtures and lights and stuff that weren't sold.
You are a strange man. I'm
You
sorry.
know what I mean?
No, no.
I picture this. These are all designed by somebody. So some architect sets them up for this hotel, but you don't make millions of them because you don't see them everywhere. It's like, where is that stuff at that they didn't hang on the wall? If all the hotels in the world don't have the same light fixture, there must be a building somewhere full of this stuff.
There's the buildings. Okay. Oh man, it's kind of hot out here, huh?
Any- I'm amused by a number of different
I
things,
could
but
tell.
that fascinates me. That I said, why don't I see that at Home Depot? I mean, that would be a cool way to have. Now, then I did look at one thing. I did look something up. It was a toilet that I thought was really, really cool. And it was definitely cool and a cool price too. So,
Jeez.
so I said, well, all right. That's probably why I don't have one.
That's probably why you don't have one. Okay.
So all in all, we made that trip. The driving was, um, that's tedious. But I would say one thing, the speed limits are no longer posted. You know what I mean by that?
No longer posted?
They're not
No.
posted anymore. Nobody
Well,
reads those things. I mean,
they're not followed, that's for sure. They're not
yeah, they're
obeyed,
not
yeah.
followed. I think the average speed now is 80 mile per hour. What's that, like 180 kilometers an hour or something like that? So I was a nail biting, had my hand. Well, you drive all over the place. I mean, you know what it's like out there. You have both hands on the wheel, white knuckles all the time.
Something like that,
Bring
I guess. I guess. I don't
bringing
know.
back memories there or something.
Bringing back memories. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me ask you this now. Here's a tough question.
All right.
Who's the navigator in this trip? You or the co-pilot?
Well, it's not me.
Ha ha. You guys got a rhythm to do that? I mean, you've been married a long time,
Well,
so
there are actually three of us. It's the two of us plus the GPS. The GPS is in charge, I think.
oh really? You follow them?
I hope. Yeah.
I studied the map first, and I looked at it, and I said, I think there's a straighter way to go. Be easier, like two left turns rather than the GPS. But the missus, I had her looking for. I said, display me a big map so I can see the roads I'm coming up on. She said, I'm trying. I'm trying. So I'm going, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I said, don't make me pull over and figure this thing out. So anyhow,
Yeah.
we did manage to we managed to get all our locations. I mean, you obviously with that GPS it helps, but I always look at a map ahead of time before I do that, just a rough idea what the whole program looks up. So
Okay.
that was my adventure. You doing
Uh,
anything exciting?
what am I doing exciting? We just took a trip to Boca Grande today, just to have lunch there. It was interesting there. Like, they were really hit by the hurricane. Every house there has a metal roof now. Every house. It's amazing.
And to those folks who don't know what a hurricane does, that's the roof of choice now. And
Yeah.
that's the roof that they think will hold up under those kind of winds. Although the tidal surges and stuff like that still play havoc on anybody near the water. But then they're building them up on stilts. So we'll see.
We'll see. Hey, while we're here,
Hmm.
I'd like to do a shout out here. It seems we have a growing audience in Western Canada, believe it or not. That's Alberta and British Columbia provinces. So
Huh.
whatever we're doing, more and more people out there are liking it. So that's great. I'm thinking Sarah McLaughlin must be one of our listeners. Yeah, she lives in BC, I believe. So
Mm.
so if you're listening to us, Sarah, love you. You're my favorite Canadian singer. 2 weeks ago we talked about Alice Munro. She was my favorite Canadian author, and of course now Sarah McLaughlin is a regular listener apparently, and so digging that. Lots of special Canadians in my book. Yep.
Well, we would, yeah. Thank you, old Bucks. Really appreciate that. It's brightens up my day to thinking folks that far away like the old Buck banter, so to speak. So
Oh, and we got some letters. We got several letters saying they were so relieved to learn that they were not the only one who was worried about odors all over their body. Like why am I not using a full body deodorant? So they said, boy, that was great. It took the pressure off of me. I realized it's a scam. So that was our public service announcement, if you recall.
So we saved somebody $3.99.
Oh, they started 11.99.
Oh, there you go. Well,
I
I only
checked.
use a portion of it. You get a small bottle. So.
We don't, let me read you a quote here.
Mm-hmm.
Love is the single most powerful and important word and notion in culture and language. Until the power of love supersedes the love of power, we have no chance of ever being successful. Isn't that nice?
I agree.
Take a guess who said that.
Well, I don't know.
Okay,
That could be
that's
a
a tough
long
one.
time ago.
It's a long time. That was from Bill Walton,
Bill Walton, the basketball
a
player.
basketball player who just died at age 71. Yeah. So, a number of eulogies to him, and they all start out about what a terrific guy he was and how caring he was and how giving he was to others. So, in addition to being a great basketball player and a great commentator, he was a really good commentator. It's just more importantly, a good guy.
If they could say that about you when you're gone, you did good.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. He was a good one. He's one of the good ones for sure. Hey, I just saw one of your favorite topics here, the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Hats off to Brewhat Soma, age 12, Tampa, who won this year. So we had a local boy win. Way to go, Brewhat. So you're a pretty big speller, aren't you?
Yeah, I could spell
That's a
most of
joke.
the
Yeah.
three-letter words.
You
He was able to
yeah.
get those.
I,
Now, that's a funny story to me. The spelling thing is, I am amazed that those
it's
kids can
foreign to
do
you,
that.
right?
Yeah, because I would spell everything phonetically. If I'm not looking at the word on the screen or something, I'm thinking how I would spell it. Those kids are unbelievable. But do you know about this E.W. Scripps company? You
Tell
did
me
not read.
about him.
Well,
No,
E.W. Scripps apparently in 1941 bought the rights to this spelling bee.
okay. Is this the Scripps Howard people or is it somebody else?
Yeah, it is. It's the
Okay.
Scripps Howard people, and they are big. It's a big media conglomerate that shares news and they have a lot of local TV broadcasting authority and stations and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. It always seems very low key. It's just because it's just about the spelling. They don't advertise. They're not taking a lot of advertising. You don't see car advertisements in this thing, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I'm
Right.
thinking, who would put that on to spend it? But they do, and they go to the trouble. They have a whole the people that read the words and everybody. I'm familiar with them because they look like they're the regulars. They look like they're always doing that. So hats off to those folks. I mean, for doing that. And then I read something on Google about they were really running out of challenging words.
Well, apparently the word that he won on, they used a couple of years. It was the winning word a couple of years ago, or at least it was used. So I know you because you're such a good speller. I'm gonna give you a little spelling test here
No.
if you're ready. Okay, I'm gonna give you the word that he won on, and you can tell me if you can. And I'd like to hear you spell it. Abseal.
Abseal,
Mm-hmm.
Abseal.
Oh, you're only one letter off. It's Abseil. It is defined as descent in mountaineering by means of a rope looped over a projection above. Absolutely. You were close. You were one letter away from starting.
But it still doesn't. It's not spelled phonetically. You can't hear that I, right? Abseal, Seal. That's the seal I know.
Well, here's a couple other ones.
I spelled giraffe with a J, so what the hell?
If you if you're a phonetic speller, you're going to be in trouble with this one.
Uh,
Okay, the next word is Mogoyen. Mogoyen. Mogollon is a prehistoric people of Arizona and New Mexico. Mogollon.
M-O, Moegoyen or something like that.
Well, that's the way I would have spelled it, maybe. Mogollon. So there.
Mogoliol.
It's Mogollon, but it's L's. Yeah. Yeah. That's a tough one there.
That's the beauty of English. You can choose to pronounce.
Now here's a really short one. Here's a really short one. It's oral, a narrow border inset from the edge of a shield. Oral.
Say it again.
Oral. It's the edge of a shield. It's a design around the border of a shield.
I don't know. Can't even think how you would spell that.
Okay, it's ORLE.
Oh, it's it is. I thought you. It's the way it sounded. It's the way it sounded to me.
Well, yeah.
It's like he's missing the first letter there.
It's like oral. Never mind. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
going to give you one more.
Okay.
And then we'll stop this misery here. Tennessee.
Tennessee, the state.
No, it's a monetary unit of Turkmenistan. I think you were on a mission in Turkmenistan. You should know this.
I wasn't in Turkmenistan, but Tennessee. That's the way you're pronouncing it, just like the state. Sounds like the state. Tennessee, Tennessee. Tennessee.
Well, you're close. It's Tennesi. That's a tough one. I think
That's a tough one. Yeah, it doesn't. Well, we're laughing about the strange sounds of English with the corresponding spelling and words. I got a letter from Flo. You know Flo? You've seen Flo on television?
Oh, the insurance flow?
Yeah, that Flo.
Okay.
Flo sends me a greeting, and I'm gonna read what this says, and you tell me what it means if you can.
All right.
She says, dear Dell, she says, customers who save when they switch to Progressive save an average of nearly $750. Customers who save when they switch to
The ones who
Progressive
do
save.
save.
The ones that do save.
Not necessarily every customer doesn't
There you
necessarily
go.
save, right? Right.
Nearly.
But if you do save,
I have a thing with Flo. Flo a long time ago said, "Hey Flo, don't raise your prices." I said, "I've been with you 6 years. Don't do that." And what did she do? She raised the prices.
raised your prices.
She raised the prices and raised the prices. Now she's saying maybe I could be one of the lucky people that save money if I switch back to her. And I'm telling you,
one of those who do.
I could be one of those who do. And then the words, I'm reading some of the rest of the stuff, and it always has like a dual meaning. You could be saved if you qualify. If you're one of the lucky people who qualify.
Well, a couple of years ago, I took them up on that, and I called them and I said, "Okay, this is my coverage. Okay, this is what I'm paying now."
Uh-huh.
And they goes, "Ooh, that's a good number. We can't beat that." I'm like, okay,
just like
yeah, it was that simple. It was that quick.
I'm paying $8,000 a year now. Could you save me 750? No, I don't think we can beat that.
No, can't do it. Yeah.
Well, I thought that was funny. So anyhow, we were the English language and spelling and all that is very, very amusing, and I get by with this only the amount I need to know.
Yeah.
Did you have you had any more concerns about the weather predictions?
You mean all hurricane predictions?
Yeah, when we were on a trip, we flipped through a lot of unfamiliar local TV stations. Like everybody's got a broadcast area.
Yeah.
And you're used to your local guys and everything. So I jumped around to some of the local ones, and they're all saying we are expecting some serious stormy weather, and I frankly believe we're going to get it because the folks out west of us have been getting pummeled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I said, we always get our turn on the East Coast from the other direction, but they say we want you to be prepared. They want you to be prepared. So sometimes they advertise generators,
Mm-hmm.
and I think, well, if you run out and buy 40 cases of water, I mean, people do that. It'll be a
Mm-hmm.
giant
Yeah.
run on water.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've never lost the water in any of the storms, even if we didn't have electricity. The pipes only depended on one pump someplace else, and so all that extra water and carrying
Mm-hmm.
that all in, then and water does have a shelf life, believe it or not.
I do believe it.
Leave it in your car for 6 months and then taste it and see what it feels like. So all this stuff, I say, be prepared, be prepared. And I'm thinking, I wonder what more you can do if you've bought all the hardening products that are available,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got those things. You you really are encumbered by the rest of your surroundings. I would say that's probably like my house could be perfectly fine and standing, and maybe the lights were out, but the tree limbs are all over the place. You can't go anywhere. Everything is shut down. Every place you want to go to is out of business. That's basically the
Mm-hmm.
big hindrance. And then I'm thinking, what else would I buy? If I buy a 60 pack of AA batteries, 8 of them will last you 2 weeks a
Yeah.
piece, or so. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like so. We, I'm going to predict that it's going to be water. We've been in temperatures have been absolutely in the 90s consistently. Grass is starting to turn brown. Lakes are getting shallower.
Drying up. Yeah.
Right, there, lakes are getting shallower. So, I always felt there was either not enough water to drink or whatever, or too much water, and you can't drink it anyhow.
Yeah.
So
That's
I believe
yeah.
the East Coast is going to get, I think we're going to get pummeled. I'm actually worried, Dave. I'm actually very concerned that the weather could harm a lot of people this time around. One big hurricane that cuts
Yeah.
diagonally across the strait from the north of Miami, comes out on the top of Tampa, the 200-mile range on either side with, the prevailing east and west winds coming around. It would get everybody.
This is becoming the apocalypse episode here, isn't it?
Well, it's the apocalypse. I think it'll be afterwards. We'll be talking about the results of
Well,
that,
you
I'm
won't have to
sure.
worry about driving to Orlando at that point, will you?
No. Hey, that doesn't look like we're making a lot of effort to try to cut the temperature down. Or I think the attitude is, this is all be fine. We're just going to build buildings tougher and stronger and higher above water or something. I don't know. They're hardening stuff up considerably. If you can afford to buy a new one with no sharp edges. What do you think?
What do I think? That's like an open-ended question there. I think, yeah, I think we're in for a tough season here. I think, not to sound too pessimistic, but I think the point where we can reverse things in a reasonable manner was probably behind us.
Do you really you believe that we could actually stop this increase in heat? I mean,
Not
warming. Do
easily, no.
you think we're going to do it in our lifetime?
We're getting real.
There's a pause there, ladies
We
and
yeah.
gentlemen.
I think we need to stop talking about this.
I know that's a sensitive subject. You anyhow, it does give me some concern. So, anyhow, we will see what we see. What can I tell you? We're in it, and we will carry on no matter what. So that's that. So, otherwise, that's the story of my adventures and my little interests. So,
Well, I'm glad you're back.
yeah, good to
Hope
see
things
you.
things were good at the mothership there in Orlando, and
And we'll carry on, eh?
we'll carry on, eh?
Hey, listen, we need to encourage our listeners to write in and tell us, the old Bucks are full of opinions. We would like to hear what they have to say. Give us they have many ways to contact us, excuse me, and send us something. Tell us what you think about anything, your thoughts on any subjects, and the old Bucks will chime right in.
That's
So,
right.
old Bucktail saying, I'm getting out of here before I run out of words. I will
Okay.
talk to you later. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
It's Old Buck Dave saying 34. I mean, this is Old Buck Dave saying, take care, everybody. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.